I like to say that we had public schooling and we also had homeschooling.
Janet Mills' brother, Peter, and sister, Dora Ann, say their mother, Kay, a high school English teacher, set the bar very high.
The toughest part of school began at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I got home because she would start in on us.
In a nice way.
They grew up in Farmington, family friends with the likes of Margaret Chase Smith, and with parents who challenged them to engage and excel.
She had us all do public speaking. There were books everywhere. We read a lot, and we discussed what we were reading. We had dinner every night around the table with discussion, and then we would move into the living room and watch the news and also talk about it.
Janet, the middle child of the five, was very shy, and for a time in her early teens, found herself isolated and bedridden.
A lot of people don't realize that she spent a whole year living in our family living room in a hospital bed when she was in high school. And for much of that time, she was in a body cast from her neck down to, I think, below her hips.
Janet's scoliosis was so severe, she eventually had to have her spine surgically fused.
I think it's formed her in that she had that year of isolation that she emerged from and emerged from stronger.
She could be accused of having too much backbone. It's strictly orthopedic.
Peter says it was during her college years that Janet began to emerge, moving from Colby to California to France and then to Washington, D.C. Her confidence grew.
She was working as a clerical person in a law firm, and she realized that the only reason anything was getting out of there well written is because she had rewritten it.
That was one of the reasons she decided to become an attorney. That, coupled with her determination to get out of a relationship that had turned abusive. She escaped to Maine, entered UMaine Law School, and became a prosecutor. When she was district attorney for Androscoggin County, she met a widower with 5 daughters, Stan Kuklinski. They got married. Liesel was just 4 years old when Janet married her dad.
She is just kind of a big kid.
Dora's daughter, Julia, says Aunt Janet has taken her to every Star Wars movie premiere. It's their thing, along with singing Janis Joplin and Bob Dylan tunes.
She's always the most fun person in the room.
And passionate about helping people.
It's not just politics for her. I've seen her my entire life work for the people of Maine. Gets me a little choked up.
Liesel says as busy as she is, Janet always makes time for the people in her life. She was there for the birth of both of Liesel's daughters.
You know, until the wee hours of the morning, and then she gets up and goes to her next event. It's just like she's unstoppable.
She doesn't really need to move into the Blaine house. She just needs to empty her car into the Blaine house because she's been living in it for the last 2 years.
I suspect the Blaine house will be a very interesting place. Not Animal House, but Party House.
I really don't know anybody who has such a wide variety of friends from all over Maine.
Friends from different backgrounds and industries, they say their sister is interested in what all have to say. In fact, their family is a picture of bipartisanship. Peter ran for the Republican nomination for governor twice. Janet, a Democrat, supported him, though she admitted that if he didn't get the nomination, she'd vote for Democrat John Baldacci. She consults her siblings still.
There are differences in emphasis among us, but I think that there are fundamental values that are probably pretty constant throughout the family.
And finding that middle ground is key to getting things done.
You're looking forward to the next 4 years?
I think the whole state is. I'm 75 years old. I've never seen the state so alive with anticipation. I think the expectations are so high that her biggest challenge is to meet them.
And when Janet Mills is sworn in, she'll become the first female governor of our state. She's repeatedly downplayed that accomplishment, always preferring to focus on her qualifications rather than her gender. However, her daughter Liesel told Cindy that while it's amazing it's taken this long, if anyone was going to be the first female governor, it's Janet.